use a formula to find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular polygon. Think about this question during the lesson. How do you find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular pentagon? How does the interior angle sum of a triangle relate to the interior angle sum of a regular pentagon? Step 1. Decompose the pentagon into 3 triangles. The sum of the interior angles of each triangle is 180 degrees. Step 2. Use the angles of the 3 triangles to make up the angles of the pentagon. What is the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular pentagon?
Select your answer.
The sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular pentagon is 3 times 180 degrees, or 540 degrees. Step 3. Write an equation to represent the sum of the measures of the interior angles. The interior angle sum for a regular pentagon is equal to 3 times 180 degrees. The number of triangles is 2 less than the number of sides of the pentagon. Develop a formula for the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular polygon with n sides.
Based on the example, it said that the formula is the number of sides of the polygon minus 2 times 180. So however many sides, whatever that regular polygon may be, you subtract 2 and multiply it by 180.
Cora and Silas need to know the angle measure of each corner of a Shishima game board in order to make their own game board. What is the measure of the interior angles of the game board?
Step 1. First, find the interior angle sum of the game board. Here's our formula. The game board is in the shape of an octagon, so the N will represent 8. And so 8 minus 2 times 180 equals the 1080. Step 2. Find the measure of an individual angle. So the interior angle sum divided by the number of angles. So you count how many angles. There are 8. And then you take that sum that we calculated for step 1 divided by 8, and that equals 135 degrees. So each interior angle of the game board is 135 degrees.
Find the measure of each interior angle of a regular nonagon.
So a nonagon is a polygon with 9 sides. So the the sum would be it would be we use a formula n minus 2 times 180 to find the sum of the angles. So a nonagon is 9. So 9 minus 2 times 180. So that is going to be 7 times 180. And that equals 1,260. And then we have to take the sum of the angles, which is 1,000. Let me use a different color. Is the 1,260 and divide it by the number of angles in the shape, which is 9. And so that divided by 9 is 140. So each angle in the polygon, each interior angle would be 140 degrees.
Find the value of x in the regular decagon.
All right. So step 1, a decagon is a polygon with 10 sides. So first find the interior angle sum. So we use our formula and we get 1,440. And then we take that 1,440 and divide it by 10 sides to find the interior angle. So 144 degrees is the measure of one angle. And then write an equation to represent the measure of the angle solved for x. So 10 times x plus 4 equals 144. That's the equation they gave us for this angle. And we know it equals 144 based on what we did in step 2. So subtract 4 from both sides, and then you have 10 divided by 140 divided by 10, and that gives you x is equal to 14.
Find the value of y in the regular dodecagon whose interior angle has a measure of 17 times y plus 14 degrees.
All right, dodecagon. All right, dodecagon, 12 sides. So again, let's start with the sum, the formula for the interior, sum of the interior angles. So n minus 2 times 180. All right, the number of sides is, 12? 12 minus 2 times 180. That's going to be 10 times 180. And then 10 times 180 is 1,800 or 1,800. Then we have to take the sum and divide it by the number of sides, which is, 12. And then divide by 12 gives us 150 degrees. So each angle there is 150 degrees. And now we have to use this in solving for this equation. So 17y plus 14 is going to be equal to that 150. Now we need to solve for y, so we're going to subtract 14 from both sides. That cancels out. We have 17 times y is equal to 136, and then you're going to solve for y by dividing by 17 on both sides. That cancels. Y is equal to 8. And now we've solved or found the value for y.